What's going on, everyone? Sponsor Jamini here again with another video, another session. So on today's video, we're going to try to talk about the real estate market and try to also find opportunities there on the real estate market. So let us jump on it now. So by definition, again, I wanted to first define that what is an REIT. So some others say what is a rate. So just by definition, that people how can they invest in a rate? So a real estate investment trust. So by definition, here in a real estate investment trust is a company that derives income from the ownership of trading and development of income producing real estate assets. So also a rate receives special tax considerations and offers investors exposure to real estate through shares that are listed on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. So this definition that I just set out here, it's the one that it's for here us here in South Africa. But the global market value of the real estate, like globally, the global market value of the real estate markets is about 9.6 trillion US dollars. So this is just as massive. It is just as a massive market that is out there that people can try to explore and then maybe also extract income as well from it. So the most probably known of these rates that we talk about is property investing. So most people have been talking about property investing for some time now, but there are other types of real estate investments that one can try to make money out of from. So there is residential income, of which is property now, and then the single and multifunctional families where maybe you can rent out a whole building, né? And then there are also apartments like those complexes that you see maybe in Sentin, maybe in Mhlanga Rocks. So those are still under the rates the real estate investments. And then there are also commercial properties like buildings, right? And then also industrial properties like warehouses, even firms or companies, big companies, they also rent out these buildings in order to do their operations. And then there is also retail real estate where a person can be a broker and sell these types of products to other people. So this can also fall under the real estate investments, because you can make a lot of money by just being an agent selling property or renting out property on behalf of other people as well. And then the one that we are here to talk about today is the real estate investment trust. So that is the one that I'm going to try to dig in about here today. So a real estate investment trust, as we defined it here before, as we defined it here before in the beginning, that is, it is a company that derives income in the ownership of trading and development on real estate assets. So that is just a definition of what is a REIT. So moving forward, owning shares in a REIT allows an investor to earn part of the income produced through the underlying assets. So you can own the underlying asset without directly owning or managing the property itself. So when you can buy the shares of the REIT through an exchange and then just enjoy the exposure when it comes to the underlying assets. So there are many other benefits that that an investor can also benefit from when it comes to generating income stream, and also the special tax consideration when it comes to investing in rates as well. And you do get exposure just by buying a single rate or a single company. You do get exposure in different types of assets, as I mentioned before. You do get exposure to residential real estate, you do get exposure to industrial real estate, you do get exposure to commercial real estate, get onto the real estate space, land. Some they even lease out or rent out land, or flip flops properties. They buy a certain building, they flip it out and make it look like brand new, and then they rent it out or they sell it to other people. And then also you can there's just so many of these things that are under the real estate market. So I'm just going to name a few companies here that are here on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange that I think personally they would do really good in the next coming years, in the next coming generation, as like the recovery happens from the COVID 19. So the first company that we are going to look at is Attack. It's Attack Property Fund. So Attack Property Fund, it is well known by its Waterfall City building that is being built there in Johannesburg, and it is well known by their project of the Mall of Africa. So they own a portion of the Mall of Africa there in Johannesburg. So it is quite a huge company with a very, very vast portfolio when it comes to real estate in every sector, like the from warehousing up until to commercial renting. So another one that is very known, popular, is Redefine Properties. Now, Redefine Properties has been there for quite some time, and it is one of the largest ones here in South Africa as well. So if you stay in Durban, you probably know this place, or if you have been in the heart of Durban, you probably know this place called 320 West Street. So it's quite a huge building there in the middle of Durban on West Street. Now it's called Dr. Pixley Street. So it's quite there. It is a huge and a very, very busy place there in Durban. So another one that we are going to look at is Emira Property Fund, which has as well as a diversified portfolio when it comes to the real estate market. And they also went in to leasing out buildings to universities and to having student accommodations as well. So as well, another one is Growthpoint. We're going to look at Growthpoint as well, so which has been there, a well-known brand here in South Africa as well, and also it has assets in Australia as well. So Growthpoint is quite a huge corporation there as well. So another one that we are going to look at on the technical side is Hyprop Investment Limited. So this one too is quite massive, and it has businesses all throughout South Africa and Africa as well. So another one that we are going to look at is Baldwin Properties. So Baldwin Properties, it has like a very, very nice and diverse portfolio under it, and it's well-known building that is still under construction. It is this one that is there in the heart of Johannesburg as well. So this is some sort of a resort, and also they do have people who stay in this type of building as well. So by looking at the technicals of Attack, Redefine, Emira, Growthpoint, Hyprop, and Baldwin Property Fund, I find out that when I just did research, I saw that the South African listed property space has rallied to the top of the table. So it has, the sector is up more than 20% this year alone. It is up more than 20% this year alone, after it had went down 35% during the hard times of the pandemic. So they are projecting that this sector is going to really come out really best when it comes back to the recession, and also when the recovery is actually happening right there. So this chart right here is actually the chart of the JSE property. Is the JSE property listed property. It's an index of the properties that are listed on the JSE. You can see that yes, it did went down during the corona crisis, and then it had tried to spike back up in the recent in recent weeks. So that's why I'm also like trying to see that, as much as there still other restrictions in the country, and also travel is not really good on the world, but I just see opportunities that they might arise in the future, because like the pandemic is not going to be here forever. As much as our world is changed, but the pandemic is not going to be here forever. So the first company that we're going to look at on the technical side is Artec. ATT. There it is, Artec Limited. It also has an ADR in the United States. So Artec Limited itself, we are seeing that it did go down during the pandemic times, right? And it did find value somewhere around here. When it find value somewhere around here, it formed this some sort of a reverse head and shoulder right here. So we are seeing that it might really pick up steam to move from the lows right here to move even higher, to go from here and then to move even higher, maybe even as high as the 14 bucks level right there. So it does offer some value, because it owns a lot of malls around in South Africa, and some buildings that are around in South Africa. So the next company that we are going to look at in the space is what it defines there. So Redefine Properties. So Redefine Properties as well, it also has a similar pattern like the previous one, right? Because they are also following the property index. So these are the ones that are the biggest ones in the property index. So it does has a similar pattern, and when it breaks out of this foreign level, it will try to recover maybe up until to $5, and then even as high as $7 there a point. So I'm really counting on this one too, that it will recover, and it will do it will do good in the near future as well. So the next one is Emira Properties. So Emira Properties, it sure does as well that it might break out of this consolidation that has been right here. So breaking out of the consolidation would actually push price even higher to this level that is right here. So even this one here again, it does offer a little bit of value when it comes to investing in in the REITs sector, the real estate investment trusts that are listed on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. So the next one we are going to look at after Emira, we are going to look at Growthpoint GP. Growth. So Growthpoint as well is a massive company here in South Africa, and I did buy this one for one of my clients a few weeks back, and I think we bought it somewhere around here after we saw this inverted head and shoulder. So now we are it's just a matter of holding and holding till all targets are hit. So Hyprop as well, having a similar pattern as the previous one. Let us check out Baldwin Property. Baldwin. So Baldwin Property did announce that they will have a BE share scheme that they will list on the JSE. So I'm actually counting on this one as well to actually buy the scheme when it actually lists on the JSE. So we saw that it came here and then it pulled away. This was the resistance previously, and then the resistance flipped to become support, and then now we are seeing that it's bouncing on this level here. So we are seeing that the possibility of a move higher is high because the resistance has flipped and turned into support. So the targets on this one might go as high as the $6 level, and also it might offer some value when it's list their BE share scheme. So these are just simple ones that we're trying to look at the moment, but the reality is that times are really changing, right? So we need to change with times. So as much as times are changing, we know that at the end of the day, people do need places to stay. People will still go to malls to do shopping. People will still travel around the world or around the country, as much as we are still on some restrictions right now, but those restrictions are not going to be here forever. So just buying a simple share on the JSE on the rates, so it really just gives you exposure to all of these that they are doing. So when you just sit back and just hold, it's kind of like, what is it that they are doing, and then just hold and manage that share that you bought. So I just hope this video again will be educational. I will try to do some more content and then improve on the talking side, and then also improve on recording these videos as well. So you can follow me on my socials. It's Sbo Dlamini on TradingView. On Facebook, it's Interprec Asset Management. Then I have my personal Facebook, Sbo Giseni, Sbo Dlamini, and then on Twitter, the business handle is the business handle is Interprec Asset M, and then my personal one is Sbo_Dlamini. So before we close this off, we just know that trading leverage products or trading CFDs involves a high level of risk. So do not trade money you cannot afford to lose. So guys, I'm very grateful again. I'll definitely see you on the next video discussing another sector around the JSE there. So it's goodbye for me for now. I will definitely see you guys on the next video. So thank you.